This video is in response to a very misleading video recently produced by the FDA regarding the safety of pet food. FDA veterinarian Bill Burkholder is the host of this new video that apparently was developed to ease the mind of concerned pet owners. I found the video full of misleading statements. Dr. Burkholder begins by telling pet owners, Congress directed FDA to protect articles used for food or drink for man or other animals. What Dr. Burkholder is referencing here is the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. But what he doesn't tell you is that the FDA actually gives its permission to pet food companies to violate these federal laws. This is done by means of FDA compliance policies. The FDA video didn't tell you about FDA compliance policy CPG section 675-100 that states FDA does not object to the diversion to animal feed, food adulterated with rodent or bird feces or roaches. The FDA video forgot to mention CPG section 675-400 and CPG section 690-300, which allows diseased animals or euthanized animals to become common pet food ingredients. These compliance policies are in direct violation of federal food safety laws and only happen because FDA administration chooses to ignore the law and provide industry with a place to dump their garbage. The FDA video states the product must be truthfully labeled. No, that's not quite true. Because of those FDA compliance policies, a pet food label can display pretty images of fresh meats and vegetables, when actually what's inside that bag or can look more like this. Dr. Burkholder tells viewers that everything that's used to make the product must be listed on the label. Well, that's not quite true either. The perfect example is the ingredient fish meal. The pet food label only has to state fish meal. But what it should tell you is fish meal preserved with ethoxyquin. Ethoxyquin is a chemical preservative linked to serious illnesses, and many fish meal ingredients of pet foods are preserved with it. But the label does not tell you. Dr. Burkholder states the rules of pet food ingredient names allow the consumer to know exactly what's in the pet food and gives the consumer a means to compare brands. That's not quite true either. The common names for many pet food ingredients are hidden behind safer sounding names, such as fat product meal, meat and bone meal, animal fat, and animal digest. These are not the common names of what is in that ingredient. The common names are cow intestines, diseased poultry rejected for use in human food, roadkill, and used restaurant grease. What the FDA video doesn't tell you is that the label does not tell consumers the country of origin of ingredients. The FDA video doesn't mention that the pet food label doesn't tell consumers the actual protein or fat content of the pet food. Our pet food labels only provide statements of minimum amounts of fat and protein. Shouldn't we know exactly how much fat, protein, and carbohydrates are in our pet foods? Pet food regulations are designed to make all pet foods look similar, which in truth they are not. There are pet foods available made from the same quality of food that you would give any other member of your family. And then there are pet foods that are made using rendered diseased animals and spoiled rotting foods. Because of existing FDA regulations, a consumer must become their own private detective to learn the truth about what they're feeding their pet. Why not label pet foods honestly? If the foods contain rendered euthanized animals, list that on the label. If the pet food uses USDA prime cuts of meat, list that on the label too. And tell us the country of origin of all ingredients. Just give us the truth.